Hi everyone, this is me again, Teacher Noy, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new in this channel, I hope that you are going to hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you will always be updated with all of the US visa updates, tips, and news that I am going to share in this YouTube channel, that you will be able to be prepared and know the things that you should be able to do when you are going to have your US visa application. Iba ang laging handa. 'Di ba? Kaya sana po suportahan niyo po ang channel na ito at patuloy niyo pong tulungan si Teacher Noy sa kanyang advokasya, kung saan I really want to help a lot of people to know what they should be doing when they are going to do their US visa application. And today, in this video, magkakaroon po tayo ng kakaibang format. Because if you are familiar with the past format of our YouTube channel, madalas meron po akong topic, and what I do is I always share with you what are the things that you should do with all of those topics, whether those topics are about tips on how you are going to pass your US visa interview, or even the latest updates pagdating po sa US visa, especially dito sa Pilipinas. Pero ngayon po, let's make it a little casual. I want you to listen to me and appreciate everything that we are going to do, that you are learning, pero at the same time, you are also enjoying listening to the experiences of most of those people who are also, or who were able to experience doing their US visa application. Kasi mas lalo po tayong matututo at mas madali po sa atin na maintindihan ang mga bagay-bagay kung napapakinggan po natin ang mga karanasan ng mga kapwa nating Filipino, or kung hindi man mga kapwa nating mga Pilipino, ay ang mga ibang tao kung saan naranasan din nila ang hirap ng US visa application. So today, to make our discussion something interesting, I will be reading to you a comment kung saan this became a thread already sa aking YouTube channel. Kasi hindi lang po siya isang comment, pero it has been many comments wherein I was replying to this particular subscriber, and luckily, hindi na po natin papatagalin pa, I'm going to share to you already na ito pong subscriber po natin ito ay nakuha na ang kanyang US visa. And hopefully by sharing her story to you, you will be able to also be inspired and learn something that you are going to use in your US visa application. Kasi 'di ba, malay mo, yung pinagdadaanan mo ngayon ay maaaring pinagdadaanan rin ng iba at nalagpasan na nila ito. 'Di ba? Kaya magandang nakikinig tayo sa karanasan ng iba. Kailangan ko lang ng props para mas maging klarado at accurate ang aking mga i-share po sa inyo. Okay, let me try to read to you this comment that I received from one of my subscribers. It happened 8 days ago when a certain subscriber with the name at Judith Han-SG3BH sent me this comment. And ito ay isang interesting comment because I was able to see her situation, kasi madalas naman po, kadalasan, sa katotohanan, kadalasan po, ang mga nagsasend po sa akin ng kanilang comment dito sa YouTube channel ay ibinibigay po nila ang kanilang sitwasyon, at ginibigay nila, they are giving their situation, and also they are asking a question or tips on how they will be able to better prepare themselves. And I really love answering this kind of questions kasi it makes me understand better their situation. Kaya kung kayo man po ay nagpaplano, if you are planning in the future of asking my help, I hope that you are going to share to me your background, your situation, so that it will be easier for me to give you comments and of course tips para makuha nyo po ang inyong inaasam na US visa. Pagpatuloy po natin yung kanyang comment. This subscriber is at Judith Han-SG3BH. Hindi ko po siya kilala personally, katulad po ng karamihan sa inyo who are sending me messages or even commenting in my YouTube channel or even sending me po sa email, sa Facebook page ko or even in my private Facebook account. Many of you are sending me messages and asking for my help, and I appreciate all of you who are doing that. Totoo po yun. I will never get tired po of giving tips and of course helping you with all of your problems. And this po I am doing for free. Okay po ha? Emphasis with free kasi I am not asking anything po, especially I know how difficult and expensive it is when we are applying for our US visa. Bakit ko pa naman po kayo papahirapan pa kung alam ko naman na you are also struggling and the only thing that you want to happen is to get your US visa. Kaya I am offering you my services when it comes to US visa application for free. As long as hindi naman po yan na magbabiyahe po tayo ng malayo or pupunta po tayo ng Manila or something like that. If you really want me to assist you to do that, siguro naman po yung pamasahe, it can be better na you are going to shoulder it, diba? Joke lang po yun. Pero ito po yung comment po sa akin ni Judith Han. So sabihin na lang po natin na Judith Han ang pangalan niya. At ito naman pong i-share ko sa inyo was shared or these things that I'm going to share with you ay i-share po publicly sa aking YouTube channel. Kaya wala naman po tayong binabalga or binaviolate dito na any Data Privacy Act law. Okay? So, kahit ano pong mangyari since it was publicly shared in my YouTube channel and I know naman na gusto rin naman ng ating subscriber na ito na makatulong din sa kanyang mga kapwa, kaya okay lang din naman sa kanya na i-share natin ito. Okay? Pero kung ayaw niyo naman po siyang i-share and you send it to me privately, I may be able to share to our subscribers who are watching this channel everything. Pero, syempre, I am going to not disclose your identity to them. Lalo na kung nahihiya naman po kayong i-share yun sa kanila. As you can see in my previous videos, when I am sharing my experiences with my mentees, hindi po ako nagsasabi ng pangalan or even anything that would identify them by other people or anything that will be used to identify them. Kasi, syempre, kawawa naman po sila lalo na if they do not want their privacy to be shared publicly sa aking YouTube channel. Napakahaba na po ng sinabi ko, but now that's what I am going to share with you right now. Sabi po ni @Judith Han, hello po, question po, if na-declare ko ang relative ko sa US, mag-ask po kaya sila how they acquire their citizenship or anong status nila doon? And also, sa LA yung sasabihin kong pupuntahan. And relatives are in New York. If mag-follow up sila ng visit ko din ba ang relatives, anong mas okay pong sagot doon? Let's try to identify the situation of Miss Judith Han. Sabihin na lang natin ang pangalan niya ay si Miss Judith Han. The first problem that she was trying to raise, or if she has a problem, because she may be able to think that there might be something that may arise during the interview. Sabi niya dito, meron siyang relatives, but the relatives are in New York. Pero yung travel na pupuntahan niya is in LA. Okay? So magkaiba po yung New York at yung LA. Now, will there be a chance that the consul, since she was able to declare in her DS-160 that her relatives are in New York but she will be going to LA, 'di ba? Minsan kasi pag ganito po kasi ang sitwasyon that if you are going to declare that you have relatives pero iba naman yung pupuntahan mong lugar, ang pinaka-uusisiin po nila, tama po ba yung Tagalog ko? Yung pinaka-uusisiin nila or where they are going to be critical, that they are going to really critically analyze and ask questions are the idea of how you will be able to finance your travel. Totoo po yun. They are going to ask you how you are going to finance your travel since if you are going to visit your relatives tapos doon ka nagpaplanong mag-tour, they might be able to think that you are going to stay with them. So the expenses for hotel, your accommodation, and of course pagkain and so on will not be a problem anymore because you have relatives who might be able to help you and support you. Pero kasi, if you are going to a place where wala kang kilala, you don't have any relatives there, and the only option that you have is for you to rent a space, magre-rent ka ng hotel or Airbnb, pwede mong sabihin Airbnb, or Airbnb, magre-rent ka ng hotel or you're going to look for a transient place, syempre, every time that you are staying there, merong kashing-kashing, di ba? Laging may pera po kayong ilalabas. So, yun yung mga maaaring lumabas na concern that the US Embassy will be asking you. 'Di ba? Kaya, if there is this kind of a situation, ang sinagot ko po dito ay ganito. So, here is my reply. And this is the best thing that you can do. Sabi ko, hello, status lang po ang tatanungin. May possibilities, one, if LA kayo pupunta, the consul will ask about your kakayahan sa pagpunta sa LA. Saan ka dun magstay at saan po kayo doon pupunta. Number two, if ang sasabihin nyo po, you'll visit your relatives sa New York, pwede nyo na sabihin na you will stay with your relatives while mag-tour sa NYC. Number three, yung pupunta na kayo sa LA then visit your relatives in NYC will also raise many questions to the consul. So if there are things, or if you are going to choose among these three situation or these three possibilities, I said, best option will be number two. And that option is, if ang sasabihin nyo po, you'll visit your relatives in New York, pwede nyo nang sabihin na you will stay with your relatives. Why? Because again, you apply for US visa to get US visa. Tama? Yes. Now, you better look at your situation in a way, not with your future plans, but how you are going to get your US visa. If you are not comfortable defending your finances, your capabilities financially in front of the US consul, you better look for a way in which you will be able to justify your trip going to the US. And we should be in reality, be real, that when it comes to the palitan ng pera, ng dolyar at ng peso, 57 times, 'di ba, ang peso natin kontra sa isang dolyar. At ganun po kalaki yung pera na gagastusin nyo if you're going to the United States. And imagine if you're going to get a hotel room, if you're going to eat a lot outside, you will be paying a lot of dollars, which are really expensive and questionable for someone like us. Hindi naman po sa binababa ko po ang mga Pilipino, pero pag middle class earner ka kasi sa Philippines, it's obvious na ang inyo pong pera ay hindi unlimited. Okay? Pag middle class earner ka sa Pilipinas, or worse, if you are below middle class, ang pera po natin ay hindi unlimited, or the resources that we have are not that many. The resources that we have ay hindi po masyadong madami for you to be able to get and of course do whatever it is that you want to do in the United States. Kaya kailangan po natin maging extra careful into defending ourselves, especially if you are going to the United States and you are telling them that you will be the one to finance your travel. Make sure na you have all the reasons. Make sure that you have all the support. You have all the documents and of course all the things that they're going to ask you, you will be able to answer it well. Kasi kung hindi, I'm sure that you will not be able to get your US visa. Because they will be really, really strict and they will really, really try their best to get the truth out of you. Kaya make sure po that you are going to really prepare and of course answer them truthfully. 'Di ba? Ganun po ang kailangan nating gawin. Ngayon, sumagot naman po si Ma'am Judith. Sabi niya, Teacher Noy, thanks po, pero ang address na nilagay ko doon is a hotel or sa hotel na po ng LA. Kasi LA talaga po ang pupuntahan ko. Kasi na-deny na po ako once, ang nilagay ko po magstay sa grandparents ko. Kaya ngayon, malayo sa New York ang nilagay ko para po pure tourism, mas okay po ba? At sabihin, are you going to meet your relatives if time permits, but I will touring LA together with my friends. Now, ito yung sinasabi nating the plot thickens, di ba? Kasi in the first time, kaya hopefully po next time that you are going to share with me your story, you make sure na lahat po nakalagay na doon. Pero okay lang din naman yun, para mas lalo nating maintindihan. Ito yung tinatawag natin na the plot thickens. Mas kumapal po ang ating kwento ngayon. And it's because Na-deny na pala once si ma'am, and it's because yung kanyang naging reason before was staying with her grandparents. And now, para maging pure tourism siya, she decided not to go to a place na malapit sa grandparents niya, which is correct also. This is something that you should do when this is the second time or third time or more times mo na ng pag-apply ng US visa. Assure nyo po na the reason why you were not able to get your US visa before will be addressed, or there will be a new reason for you to get your US visa. Kasi if you will not be able to justify again your answer, okay? If you'll not be able to justify again your answer, I'm sure that they will not be able to give you your US visa. So, sa madaling sabi, ang gagawin po natin, kung na-deny na tayo ng una, balikan po natin ang ating sagot sa questions. You will be able to, if you won't be able, or if you was not able to get the answer directly from the console, tingnan nyo na lang po yung mga non-verbal cues kung bakit kaya sa tingin nyo you were not able to get your US visa in the first time that you applied for it. Analyze it well so that the second time, third time, fourth time that you are going to apply for your US visa, you will be able to know now what are the things that you should not be saying and the things that you should not do. Una sa lahat po, look at your DS-160. Baka po kasi the second time that you applied, the same pa rin po ang nilagay nyo. I remember one mentee of mine, nung una, kasi nga di ba sabi ko sa inyo, talagang red flag pag teacher ka na pupunta sa United States. At mas red flag pag nurse ka na pupunta sa United States. Ngayon, the first time that she applied for US visa, pareho niya po itong dineclare sa kanyang educational background. Now, what happened? Siyempre, parehong meron kang pupuntahan if you go to the United States. So, na-deny. That's why the second time, sabi ko, ayusin na natin when we are going to apply. Let's start first in planning well how we are going to fill out that DS-160. I removed the part of her being a nurse and just retained the idea that she is a school administrator. And sabi ko, make sure that when you do the interview, try your best to be confident and of course, make them believe that the reason why you're going to the United States are pure tourism because you are carrying yourself a bomb. Ano bang bomba ang dala-dala mo inside the United States Embassy? It's the idea that you are a teacher at medyo hindi nila nagugustuhan. They do not like, okay, the idea of a teacher going to the United States. And it's because there is a program for teachers in the United States. Yung J1 visa for exchange teachers. Diba? Now, so, kung makikita natin yung sagot dito, ang kagandahan naman kasi kay Ma'am Judith, she was able to share everything that she was planning to do during her US visa interview. Kaya kagandahan nito, we will be able to see whether what she was planning is a good plan or not a good plan at all. Again a little disclaimer, at the end of the day, everything that I'm sharing to you are all tips. And the US consul that you are going to you're going to have for an interview during that day is someone who is a human being and has a rational mind. Whatever the odds during that day, the decision lies to the consul who will be interviewing you. Pero mas maganda pa rin that you are prepared. Okay? Dapat po, prepared po lagi tayo. I hope that you are getting everything that I'm sharing to you. Kasi, I decided to do this na maging casual lang tayo, that I'll be able to share with you everything. I'll speak in Filipino. Hindi na ako magbibicol kasi baka lang konti lang sa inyo makaintindi ng Bicol eh. Pero I'll speak in Filipino para mas maintindihan po natin, mas mapaghahandaan ang ating US visa interview. Now, my answer is, okay naman po. Pag hotel po kasi, tinitingnan nila yung financial capacity po. I am always repeating this kasi to remind you that you are going to answer question, how are you going to afford staying in a hotel? Pag meron po kayong laging idea na you are going to stay in a hotel, make sure that you will be able to prove to them yung work nyo, yung pera na meron kayo, at yung kakayahan nyo pong magbayad. Kasi kung wala po kayong mapuprove na ganoon, hindi nyo po makukuha ang US visa ang gusto nyo. And of course, you have to really be logical. Kung kayo ay kumikita ng 20 mil buwan-buwan, kaya nyo po bang bayaran ang hotel ng kung kayo po ay kumikita ng 20 mil, 20,000 a month, can you pay a hotel where you are going to stay for a month? Imagine niyo again, $1, 57 pesos. Kung ang kinikita nyo po ay 20,000 sa monthly income nyo, at ganito lang yung savings nyo, can you be able to pay a hotel room in the United States, even the cheapest hotel room in the United States, for a month? Kaya dapat iisipin nyo rin po ng mabuti kung ilang araw ba talaga kayo mag-i-stay sa United States. Kasi yung iniisip nyo pong ilang araw na yon, lahat po yun tinitingnan, mabusisi pong tinitingnan ng ating US consul para makita nila if your intention is really clean in going to the United States. Kaya be logical. Isipin po natin ng mabuti. Kaya ko ba to? Ito ba talaga ang sasabihin ko, di ba? Pero kung kayo naman po ay nag-iisip na ang sasabihin ko na lang, yung kapatid ko na lang ang magsusupport sa akin. Kasi kayang-kaya naman niya yun. So kung yung kapatid mo, do not make them feel that you are going there in exchange of anything. Pag ang sinabi niyo po doon ay aalagaan niyo yung pamangkin nyo, or if there is someone elderly in the house that you're going to take care, isipin nila yan that you are going to be paid. Isipin nila na babayaran ka nila para doon sa mga serbisyong yun. Kaya isipin din po natin ng mabuti. Okay? Now, then I asked about the friend. Kasi sabi ko baka yung friend ay someone from LA already na sasabihin mo, I will be the one to finance my travel, pero meron ka palang friend doon who happens to be a special friend, and that friend of you will be the one sponsoring. So you really have to know also and better understand how you are going to say and do those things. Sabi naman po niya, ka-workmate niya. And she will be applying in Dubai. So Judith Ann is in Dubai, and she will be applying sa Dubai for her tourist visa. Then sabi ko sa kanya, you should write the name of your friend kasi meron din naman doon na who are you traveling with. Then declare the name of your friend. Maganda rin if your friend is already a US tourist visa holder para alam nila that you are going to go there to tour talaga. Maganda rin yan to build up your credibility that the reason why you are going there is for you to tour at hindi kung ano-ano pa. Okay? Then sabi ko, di ba, after replying that dapat i-mention niya yung friend niya in her application, ang reply naman ni Judith is the schedule of her US visa interview, and what if the US consul will ask her the changes of her application before and now. Then just be honest of the changes if they are going to ask you that, diba? Especially if right now you will be answering a different, especially with her application, kasi magkaiba yung kanyang application. The first one is she'll be staying with her grandparents in New York, and the second time, she'll be touring LA. Kaya dapat talaga ma-explain niya ng maayos, maitawid mo ng maayos ang reason why it's not in New York now and it's in LA. Now, sabi ko, there are instances that the consul will ask you that. Totoo naman. Even with the questions that you're anticipating with the consul, you will really there are questions when you are preparing for your US visa interview na si consul might be able to ask you. However, there are instances also that consul will no longer ask you those questions. Maganda kung hindi niya na itatanong, di ba? Kasi ibig sabihin, you were able to prove yourself. Okay, with the first questions na tinatanong niya. As a matter of fact, when I applied also for my US visa, I prepared a lot of questions, even follow-up questions in my mind, thinking na ito yung mga question na itatanong sa akin because of the situation that I have. Then eventually, I was surprised because there were some questions na I was thinking that they were really going to ask because it might raise a red flag or red flags. but they were not able to ask those questions. And maybe it's because I was able to satisfy them with my answers in the earlier part of the interview. So just make sure that you are going to be prepared with all of the possible questions para pag tinanong ka nila, you will be ready, confident, and you know what you should be saying. How you are going to address all of their concerns regarding your application. Now, sabi niya naman, I asked her about her changes and she said about all of the changes. I'm not going to dive in that details anymore because these are things that I was just asking and making sure that she knew the things that she are going to answer in front of the console. And what's nice about it is it was 8 days ago when she was able to ask me this question, and 4 days ago natutulog ako, then luckily natutulog ako, then when I saw my YouTube account, may comment at si Judith Hanyon and she said na she was approved. Okay, sabi niya, hello po sir, grabe, approved po ako. Thank you po sa tips. Madami pong questions sa akin, mga 15 siguro yon. Imagine niyo, 15 questions ang tinanong sa kanya. Kinabahan ako sa biometrics pa lang. And that is okay. Lahat naman tayo dumadaan dyan. Ako nga, biometrics and everything, kinakabahan eh. Pero, that's fine, okay? Pag kinakabahan ka pa, it means you are in the right track. Okay? So, kinabahan siya sa biometrics pa lang. Pero dun sa interview na, ano daw nangyari? Pero dun sa interview na mismo, nawala po ang kaba. Praise God. And that's the reason that you will no longer feel nervous when you are being interviewed by the US Consul. Ay dahil you are preparing. Okay? Ikaw po ay nagpre-prepare sa iyong US visa interview. Kasi yan po ang magme-make and break ng inyong application. You really have to prepare and prepare. Though itong thread namin pong ito ay something na hindi ko naman siya personally nakausap or audio call, video call, or anything like that. Pero with all of these things, kasi pina-follow niya din and pinapanood niya rin yung ilang videos ko, hindi ba to baka kasi ma-misinterpret niyo and sabihin niyo sa akin that I am bragging right now because someone passed and had been approved. Sa katotohanan po, si Miss Judith Han is just first sa mga taong nalaman ko pong na-approve at natuto sa mga tips na i-share ko po sa channel na ito. Pero isa po sa mga natutuwa lang po akong gawin ito kasi with the experiences of these people, hopefully po that you will be able to understand and of course learn something out of their experiences and you will be able to use it also with your US visa application. Kaya i-share ko po sa inyo itong mga bagay na ito para pagdating ng oras, you will be able to know what you should be doing. Kasi mas madali po nating magagawa ng paraan if we knew in our hearts or alam po natin sa ating mga puso't isipan na merong mga taong with the same kind of experience with us who was able, or may mga taong with the same kind of experience with us who were able to overcome and successfully pass their US visa interview. And it's because they were able to do it correctly, they were able to answer the questions well, and they were able to make the US consul believe, or they were able to let the consul or the US consul believe that the things that they were saying are true and their intention of going to the United States is clean. Or their intentions of going to the United States are clean. Ganun lang naman po yun eh. The bottom line of everything that I'm sharing to you right now is prepare and be honest. Be truthful. Okay? Prepare, be honest, and truthful. Truthful, naintindihan? Prepare and be honest. Because if you are not honest and you're just making up the things that you're saying, they may be able to see that. Makikita po nila yun. Kaya po, hopefully that you're going to learn something from this exchange of, you'll be able to learn something from this exchange of conversation. Or you will be able to learn something from this conversation that I had with Judith Han. Again, she is a stranger that I met here in YouTube, pero we were able to build a connection because of a purpose. And that purpose is for her to be prepared in your US visa application. Again, Judith Han, congratulations. I am so happy that you're able to get your US visa. You may have failed the first time that you have You may have failed the first time that you applied, but the second time that you applied, you were able to successfully get it. May this one send a message to everyone. The first time that you're not able to get your US visa does not mean, or the first time that you did not get your US visa, did not mean that you should not be pursuing that dream of going to the United States. It might be just a message that you should prepare something or you should do something so that the next time you will be prepared. Diba? I hope that you enjoyed this kind of video because I am going to share with you a lot of experiences of my mentees or other people who are just sharing to me their experiences so that you will learn something sa kanilang mga karanasan. Again po, this is Teacher Noy. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and of course, share. Okay? I am sharing this experiences so that you will be able to learn something. Kaya kung kayo naman po, you have also this US visa application, memorable experience that you think will be able to help our fellow kababayans or other people who are watching this channel, do not forget to drop it in our comment section. Kasi I know that they will be able to learn a lot. And you were able to help them. Kaya please, gawin niyo pong tulungan din ang iba. Make it your advocacy, di ba? Why not help these people so that they will be able to get there? Okay? So that's it for today. Thank you very much. Haba na masyadong video ito. Bye everyone and thank you for watching. Hi everyone, this is me again, Teacher Noy, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video and this is your first time watching Teacher Noy, please do not forget to click my image below and subscribe in this channel. And if you're still interested in watching for more videos, there are so many choices here in this side. Please do not forget to support Teacher Noy. Like, subscribe, watch, and comment. And if possible, share it to your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone.